Good chance you and your family are talking about when you might get the COVID vaccine. Will you get notified? Do you go to your doctor's office? Will you even get it? Well, 65 years ago, the same conversations were happening in Tampa Bay surrounding the polio vaccine. Our Liz Crawford combed through archives to give us a window into what life was like during another horrific health crisis.
The person on the other side couldn't walk at all.
John Sinnott says he contracted polio in 1956 at 8 years old. He vividly remembers being in a hospital ward with 10 other children.
I spent some time in a wheelchair and then some time with rehab.
Now he's one of Tampa Bay's top infectious disease doctors, treating patients at Tampa General and leading research at USF. Here's a photo from 1951 of a woman on a respirator at the Polio Treatment Center of Tampa Municipal Hospital. Dr. Sinnott says Florida was at the forefront of the fight against polio.
The big events were the very large clinical trial in Southeast Florida. And then Tampa moved very quickly, literally months after that trial was over, to get that vaccine here.
The vaccine arrived in Tampa in April of 1955, according to an article in the Tampa Daily Times. Just like today, there was a priority system in place. Unlike today, kids were first. Although this first batch goes only to children in the first and second grades of school, most folks consider it a privilege to wait their turn and even pay a nominal fee for the long-awaited answer to the terrible, crippling, and sometimes fatal disease, the article reads. This photo, taken in 1955, shows the assistant director of the Hillsborough County Health Department holding a vial of the polio vaccine. But it wasn't all roses. This St. Petersburg Times article from 1954 says a South Florida man was arrested for mail fraud after distributing anti-vaccine pamphlets.
He was convinced that soft drinks caused polio, and he mailed out a bunch of anti-vaccine literature.
The CDC says in the late 1940s, polio outbreaks were disabling an average of more than 35,000 people each year. The Hillsborough County Health Department says a 1946 outbreak quarantined the state of Florida from the rest of the country.